Hey everybody in Shikellamy, this is Mr. Booker, Priestley 5th grade teacher. I just wanted to throw a shout out there and say hello to everybody, and I hope wishing everybody is staying safe. As I record this, today is Monday, April 13th, and it's officially exactly 1 month since we kind of got our early dismissal, and we forced to kind of leave school not knowing how long we would be out. And then just a couple days ago, Governor Wolf told us that we will be out the rest of the year. So it's been 4 weeks, and today marks officially day 1 of what we're calling phase 3, which means your teachers are going to be providing work for you guys to try and get done at home. And starting tomorrow on Tuesday, the 14th, you'll be able to go pick up your packets at the elementary buildings. You'll also be able to download anything that we've created for you to work out and to do at home. So the last time I made a video, I did a little bit of a mathematical magic trick, and I thought I'd share another one with you. This is a mathematical trick that's kind of more like mind reading. You don't actually need any cards or any paper or anything like that, and it just depends on your math skills. So what the magician does, I'll be the magician, and I can start to do this trick to you at home, is you ask somebody to think of a 2-digit number. Now, right now, if you want to hit pause and go get a piece of paper or maybe a calculator, it is simple math. You should be able to do it in your head, but if you're a little nervous about trying to do it in your head, go get a piece of paper real quick and we'll do the trick to you. I'm going to pretend that you just unpaused it and you are ready to go. So you think of a 2-digit number. So go ahead and think of that 2-digit number. Now what I want you to do next is take the 2 digits separately that are in that number and add them up. Now take the answer to that addition problem and subtract it. Take it away from the original 2-digit number. As the magician, I'm going to try and guess your brand new number, not the original number, the brand new number after you took away that little number from it. And your number should be one of these numbers right here on my sheet of paper. And now you should be thinking, oh my goodness, yeah, one of my numbers is there. How did he do that? Well, it's a math trick that works every time. If your number is not on here, you did something mathematically wrong, because it works every single time. So what the magician would try and do is, now that I know it's one of these numbers, what I would try and do is ask you 4 questions to try and narrow it down and then guess your number. Okay, so the first question you want to ask always is your brand new number that I'm going to try and guess, is it bigger or smaller than 50? So here's how it would work. I'll do a little demonstration here. Let's pick a number like 50. Let's say I asked somebody to do this trick and they thought of the number 50. What they would do is add those 2 digits up. 5 plus 0 is 5. So they would then take that 5 and subtract it away from the 50. And as you can see, 45 would be one of the numbers on the list. If they would have picked 51, they would have did 5 plus 1, which is 6. And you know what 51 minus 6 is? 45. 52 would be 5 plus 2 is 7. And 52 minus 7 is 45. And that works no matter what number you pick every single time, which is kind of cool. So now as the magician, I know it's one of these numbers. So I get 4 questions to ask to try and guess that number. And like I said, the first question is always, is your number bigger or smaller than 50? You would have told me smaller than. So I now, as the magician, know that I can, in my head, get rid of those numbers because your number's smaller than 50. My second question, then I'd try and jump about halfway, and I'd ask, is your number bigger or smaller than 30? You would tell me bigger than 30. I can now get rid of these guys because your number's bigger than 30. Now I jump in the middle of those two and say, is your number bigger or smaller than 40? The person would tell me bigger, and I now know what the number is. And I still have 1 question left. If this happens, if I know the answer and I still have a question left, what I'll do is I'll ask some silly question like, okay, now pretend it's after supper, it's after dinner, and you have a choice between pie or cake for dessert. What would you pick? Now, of course, they're going to look at you real silly and goofy, and that's okay. That's a good thing in magic because it takes their mind off the trick and puts it on something else. So they'll say, I don't know, cake, I guess. So, okay, oh yeah, cake. Oh, then your number must be 45. Okay, you always want to give yourself 4 questions because sometimes you will need 4 questions to try and narrow it down. Sometimes you only need 3. It just depends on your guessing skills and what their number is. And that's how the trick works every time. To be good at it as a magician, you have to know your multiples of 9, which are easy to do because the numbers always add up to 9. 1 plus 8, or 8 plus 1, 3 plus 6, 5 plus 4, 2 plus 7. They always add up to 9. That's how multiples of 9 work. So hope you enjoyed the trick. Hope it's something you can use. And I hope everybody stays safe. And we will get through this. So stay safe, stay inside. We'll get through this. And hopefully soon we'll be able to enjoy going out to a restaurant, and maybe we'll bump into each other then. But until then, this is Mr. Booker, over and out.